My doctor predicted I was going to have a heart attack, and she was right. I did. I made this video to encourage you to make some positive changes in your life in terms of diet and exercise. You know, in a way, it's a good thing this heart attack happened, and I'm thankful for it. Because if I hadn't have had this relatively minor heart attack, I could have had the big one and died. The interesting thing is that I went through what my cardiologist called the honeymoon period. So you have a heart attack, and you smarten up your life a little bit. You eat a little better, you exercise a little more, and things like that. But then you regress back to the way that you were, and that happened with me. I sort of smartened up after the heart attack, and then I went back to the way I was living before. And it's shocking to hear that 90% of people who have heart attacks go back to living the way that they did before. That's insane, man. You had a heart attack and you're gonna go back to smoking or eating badly, and all those things that cause the problem. So the honeymoon started and the honeymoon was over, and I realized I needed to change my life a little bit. But I really wasn't prepared to make dramatic goals. I really wasn't prepared to do, anything. I had a busy life. I enjoyed the work I did. I spent time with my family and things like that. But if I didn't exercise, then a lot of those things, could come to an end. So December 19th, 2016, I just decided to exercise. And I just took it one day at a time. And that's what I learned here. No grand plan, just get to the next day. Anyways, things started getting interesting. All of a sudden I'd exercised for 19 days. All of a sudden I'd exercised for 33 days. All of a sudden I'd exercised for 60 days, then 100 days, then 200 days, then 300 days, and I got to 390 days of exercising in a row. And it was interesting that the longer I did it, the more intense the exercising became, the more I talked about it, the more enjoyable it was, because I was on a record. It was my own personal record and streak that I was on. After 390 days, things happened where I just couldn't exercise, and I wound up taking, a couple of weeks off. But that was the start of that journey for me. And my advice to you is just take it one day at a time. So here I am now. I've just turned 60. 18 months later from that day when I first stepped on the treadmill, and this is the result. So, if you're an older guy and you want to start becoming more physically active, there's hope. I was not an athletic guy at all. I never really have done much. I like to read. Okay, I like to watch debates, but I got going in this thing. And to a large extent, it's been a very, very personally satisfying experience for me. And one thing just led to another. So in the next videos, I'm going to tell you what didn't work, what did work, and what the next steps are for me.